Hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, where I am designing a new large cruiser. Now, this thing is not a particularly big hull, so I'm going to go for the traditional wide beam French design. And I'm thinking for this ship, it might be fun to use the quad 13-incher. Because it's an interesting weapon system. It's our best Mark IV gun. Can I use a medium 4? Yes. So we're going to go for 12 13-inch guns. I think that'll work quite nicely. Secondaries, probably... Well, actually, we do something a little bit unusual, because we've got these two mounts up here that can mount very heavy secondary guns. So I'm going to fit her with two 8-inch guns on the top. I think they're the same. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, if we're going for Mark V, it's down to a 3-inch gun, which we don't get any mounts for, but we might get mounts for 2-inch guns. Yeah, we do. Just curious, will they? No, won't fit in there. So I'm going to go for this. So we have the 13s, and then we have a couple of 8 triples, which are pretty heavy guns for a secondary armament, and then we've got some 2s just to deal with destroyers and things. And I think this ship is mainly going to be tasked with dealing with, you know, clearing out the enormous numbers of light cruisers and heavy cruisers and destroyers that the enemy loves to build. We're going to go for geared turbines. Very standard engine setup. Smoke difference 72. I think, yeah, we don't really have space for 2 funnels. So let's just plop down a big one. Now that means her speed is going to be, wow, 38 is completely doable. Now compared to my previous battle cruiser designs, that makes her pretty quick. We've got Richelieu, who's 31, Jeanne d'Arc, who's 31, Heroine is a battleship. Yeah, we've only got the 2. Oh, we'll have Alsace as well, wherever she's disappeared to. Here, 28. So she will be our fastest ship by quite the margin. I think she's packing plenty of firepower as well. Obviously, we want all the protection we can get. Gen 3 radar, very nice. Sonar 2, that's pretty goddamn good. Autoloaders, I swear I'm going to run out of weight. Or not. Well, that's a pleasant surprise. Standard ratio for a ship like this, I think. What's the rate of fire on these? 1.17 rounds per minute. Obviously suffering because they're quads, but that's okay. And these things are very good. So I'm going to keep the 13s as 60s. 13-inch 60s, I think that's absolutely fine. The 8-inch guns and the 2-inch guns, though, can have long-barreled versions. Yeah, 3 rounds a minute, that's very good. Yes. I'm liking this. Yeah, armour is not good enough, though. I don't know how I'm going to be able to afford the armour. So, 13-inch guns. Let's go for a 14.7 on them. And let's go for a 12.6. And just splinter protection everywhere else. Hmm. 3% overweight. How much do I get back from shaving a knot off? She goes very fast at the moment. Take it down to 36. We're pretty close at 36. I'm not getting too much more out of it. The 8-inch turrets, I think, are very well armoured. They can just have lighter protection. I can fiddle with the inner stuff a little bit. How about just multiple 1.5 layers? Yeah, that works. Yeah, let's go for something like that. Multiple 1.5, well, almost 1.5 layers. You know, that, it does work, doing it like this. I think the game kind of wants you to half it each time, but yeah, it works fine having a system like that. Right, we have a forward weight offset. Should be easy enough to fix. Pull everything tighter. Save weight as well, perhaps. 0.5%. Can I afford to move that back a notch? There. There we go. Brand new ship. I think she looks good. 13-inch quad guns. 12 of them. The Atalante. Yes, why not? 119 million. She's not too expensive either. Very nice. She can replace one of our older battle cruisers when she's finished. Now, I did have another hull for an actual battle cruiser, but it's a battle cruiser 4, so I'm not entirely sure what to put on her. I'm gonna have to have a think. Battle cruiser 4. Now, she's long. I don't like, so I might go for that one. Lower draft, increase her beam. I'm just comparing her to the Atalante. So she is significantly bigger. And the light secondary tower. See now, 76 smoke interference. Just a single funnel design then, I think. Is going to be enough. And get her up to... yeah, I'm going to say 34 knots. That's still very respectable, but slower than the new battleships. So I'm going to go reduce beam as well, so I can eke some more speed out of her. There we go. 36 knots. So she's fast enough to keep up with the new battleships that are under construction. But she's... and... yeah, Atalante went down to 36, didn't she? So that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Then guns become the question. What guns to put on this thing? I could go 13s, but she's probably only going to have 2 quads up front. I think the 15-inch potentially. They're quite big. Maybe she could have 13s as well. It's just that the Atlantia has 12, and this one's going to only have 8. So I do think they need to be bigger. I think they need to be 16s, but she's a battlecruiser, so let's go for 2 triples up front. Like that. Yeah, that could work. Right, I'm just going to set up the guns quickly. .93 rounds a minute, so I think I'm going to make them 50 caliber guns. Yeah, 1.13 rounds a minute. That's fine. So she's going to be kind of a heavier armed ship. She's probably going to have more armor as well. Secondaries probably. Probably 3-inch because I can get the Mark 5s. I can't put one there. I can also put some back here if I want. And then 2-inch. Do I really want 3 and 2-inch? No. Just going to go for a whole bunch of 2-inch. Or am I? What's the biggest secondary gun that'll fit in there? Can you get a 5? You can. Let's go for 5s then. 5s and 2s. Alright, let's make you big 5s and big 2s. Bit protection. Let's go for 18.9 scheme. 16.8. Oh yeah, this thing's going to have a lot more armor. Let's just go 2-inch on the extended bits. So we can have hopefully a chunky citadel. Can you get 5-inch barbette? 2.8. 2.8. 2.8. Okay, so 8 for 2 inner belt. Go 4, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, we go 4-2-2 on the deck. That's pretty chunky, and I have weight left. Let's get a 6-inch extend belt then. Keep out small guns a little bit more effectively. We could have maximum bulkheads, spacious crew quarters, but not enhanced range as well. Still, I'm happy enough with that. That's a nice little ship, and no balancing required because it is pretty close to balanced already. I like her. I like her a lot. She's kind of the battle cruiser comparison to the Le Monroe Amiral, with her 2 quad 16s up front. This one has 2 triples, in exchange for being a little bit faster. And, say, cheap. Very cheap. That's good. I like cheap. 7.9 million a month in maintenance. It's not too bad. Right. Let's get her under construction. Fantastic. And that means another battlecruiser can kinda go into the reserves. Build. Okay, 22 and 23 months. That's absolutely fine by me. Yeah. There's still room for a refit on those 2 ships when we get Mark 5 15s and Mark 4 or 5 16s. Still surprised I haven't got the Mark 4 14s. Oh, I've got so many refits to do when I get that. Taking a while, game? What are you up to? Austria-Hungary's finished 2 heavy cruisers and repairing a heavy cruiser and a light cruiser. Maybe they're thinking about doing something. Or maybe not. Come on, game. Now, I often get comments when I have something like this. It's like, well, basically I'm deciding whether or not to stop the episode. It's like, well, why don't you just cut that out in editing? So, for someone like me who has a very amateurish setup and a pretty old, it's a good PC, but it's an older PC. I will fight this one myself. If I want to do some light editing, and cut, you know, even something as simple as just cutting a bit of loading screen out, it pretty much triples the amount of time it takes to do a video. And because of my long COVID, my time is limited, and I'd rather actually record more content. So that is why currently I'm not doing fancy things like having an intro, editing videos, you know, adding in pictures and text and stuff like that. I don't do any of that stuff at the moment because yeah, it's a time sink, and I don't have the time or the resources really to do it. However, I am working on it. Content creation is becoming my only employed work. Obviously, I am long-term ill, so that's the main limiting factor. And I am working on getting better, of course. The other thing is, of course, I am working on a new computer. I've got software to do editing, but yeah, the computer is a bit of an issue. It's also why when you see me streaming, it's in a weird quality, because my computer cannot handle it. My internet connection could handle, well, not 1440p, but I could probably stream in 720 or 1080, but it's not really doable to stream at high resolutions because my computer just drops frames all over the place. If you want to help out, you already are because you're watching my stuff. If you want to help out more, like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. Join the Discord is a massive help to me because I can bounce ideas off the community and things like that. It really helps. If, however, you are thinking, well, actually, I have some spare cash. I know not many people do these days, but if you happen to, then there is a link in the description to my Patreon. All Patreon funds are going towards a new computer, and I also have a donation link as well, if you prefer one-off payments. All massively appreciated. Right, what have we got here? We have the Democracy. I've not seen her for a while, actually. Yeah, we've got Democracy and Leon, I think, and that's Condorcet. Yeah, it is Leon. We also have Heroine over here, backed up by Richelieu and Jean d'Arc, and a bunch of cruisers. Okay. All of these are reasonably fast ships, the capital ships. So I'm just going to get them to bunch up. Leon, I don't know what you're doing in with the cruisers. And then the cruisers, I'm going to blob up. There we go. 2 lines, much easier to deal with. I didn't even look and see what the Austro-Hungarians were bringing. I'm sure it's something terrible, but we'll see in a minute. Right, let's go. Found you. That looks like a cruiser of some sort. Well, that's new. That's very new. I don't like new light cruiser. Does that mean you finally going to stop sending ancient rubbish at me? Look at this. Positively modern. My goodness me. Welcome to the 20th century, Austro-Hungary. These destroyers are annoying to hit. There we go. finally clipped it with a 9-inch gun. And there goes the next one. Ooh, we have torpedoes coming in. Turn, avoid, turn, and avoid. Right, let's have a look at you. 1607. Oh, we hit them with a torpedo. 8.1 inch guns. It's not too bad. 36 knots, pretty nice. Armour is... well, I mean, it's a nice deck, but the belt's somewhat lacking. Good armour quality, though. Nothing really too much to complain about in there, actually. Reduced shells means they might run out in prolonged engagement. Some electric torpedoes. Rangefinder's a bit rubbish. Stereo 3, but other than that, it's actually okay. I mean, I think it's a little bit under-armoured, personally. Rochambeau, what happened to you? Oh, you took a torpedo. Wow. Oh, wow. 100,000 damage on a destroyer. Oh, that's mean. Blew off the torpedoes. Outstanding. And more torpedo explosions. Torpedo explosions they're going to have. Yeah, I think the fleet reckons she's going to sink. Oh, you fired. Sneaky. How much are these heavies that they built? 57 million. Okay, so they're actually more than my 9-inch cruisers. Reduced ammo on torps as well. So they're single shot cruisers. So that's although they'll have one each side. So they're not, you know, oh my god, I need to sink those immediately. I mean, they're a solid enough design. It's just you know, 2 of them against a huge fleet, like, it's never going to go particularly well for them. It does mean that my fleet is going to go back to port, of course. I think probably the best thing to do is just get the fleet back down there as quickly as possible. Just whatever ships are available. Should be fine. Yes. Now, would you like to discuss surrender? Oh my goodness. Yeah, bunch of repairs. Ooh, 2 battles. Interesting. What have we got? Well, you're going to build new ships for ages. Yeah, we'll talk. But I'm going to sink 3 of your heavy cruisers first. 3 of your brand new heavy cruisers. I'm sure all these ships are going to be new now. I think we've finally hit the Australians hard enough that they're not building old stuff anymore. Look, a new light cruiser as well. Let's see if we can find them. We've got Leon, Iroey, and Petrie. Oh, this is the old... It's a Dreadnought squadron, look at that. Oh, super Dreadnoughts. Suffering leading the way. Let's have a look at this new light cruiser. Interesting. Absolutely stuffed with torpedoes. Guns at the front, torpedoes in the back. More flooding. Oh, lovely. Good work. Oh yes, lovely stuff. Some nice solid hits. Blown up a torpedo. Still has some. Don't think she got them off. Oh. Before you sink below the waves, CL class, let's have a look at you. 31 million. Okay. 36.5 knots. Armour is okay for a light cruiser. Semi-ballistic AP shells. Not a huge fan of that. But she only has 4.5-inch guns anyway. So she's really not a gunship. She's a torpedo ship. Standard 20 inches. Well, okay. But I think a destroyer would be a better bet than using a light cruiser for that kind of job, personally. Just random torpedoes going in. Poor old Austria-Hungary. You're actually doing so much better in some terms of ship design, but yeah. Well, if you're going to keep saying that you're at war with us, we're just going to keep sending those ships to the bottom. And what have we got? A convoy. Defence. Okay, I'll do that in a second. Let's get the blockade back on the go. I'm basically just going to recycle recycle ships out. Now then, convoy. One-on-one fight between their brand new heavy cruisers and our heavy cruisers, which are, I'm not even sure how old they are now. The Jules Michelets, but they've been around for a while. There we go. Oh. What's going on there? Not a random slowdown for some reason. Probably Windows deciding to scan my computer or something stupid. Turn so that we're closing. You're running away. No, they're just manoeuvring. Trying to make themselves harder to hit. Now they're running. Now their ships are faster than mine. Just slightly. Ooh. Rude. Yeah, we both have similar accuracy. He's maneuvering again. What? Just wait until you actually have a good shot. The 85 torps, but I think I'm manoeuvring enough that's going to give him trouble. Let's get a 2-inch guns involved. There we go. Yeah, anyway, immediately turns away as soon as they come under fire. Setup, but they're using super heavy. They're just getting lucky, I think. Scoring some hits on me when I'm not expecting it. Meanwhile, I'm failing to get hits back, which is pretty annoying. Because they're manoeuvring all over the place and they're fast. Really? They're staying just far enough away that it's hard to actually get a hit on them. You stop getting so fucking lucky with your hits. My good lord. I have more armour than he does. And punchier guns, I'm pretty goddamn sure. Shit. Actually didn't do that much. I'm even slower now. There we go. Finally getting some actual damage in. piss. Ugh. You know what? Just fling some HE at them, would you? Ow! I got so ridiculously lucky this battle. It's insane. They're almost out of shells though, which is some benefit. And yes, I'm just waiting for them to go away. Leave me alone. Yeah, what's there actually? 4.2%, right? At 10,000 meters. Oh, it's actually slightly higher. Still though, pretty marginal. I think they just got super lucky. Just waiting for the end battle, to be honest. Surely they're going to get bored and give up at some point. I mean, what's your plan here? I'm going to end the recording here because this is just boring to watch. It's boring to play. And I will see you again soon for some more Alerik. Bye for now.